Smith and Nelson in the morning on 94.9 KYSS FM.
Smith and Nelson doing it for your morning, 94.9 KYSS FM. Pretty cool stuff about to happen with a carousel for Missoula. Tell you about that in moments. First weather check for the day, a high near 40, maybe hitting right there at that 40 mark for the day. Overnight temperatures in the low 20s. Tomorrow for our Friday, see a high around 43, and we're gonna stay in that 40 range right on through the weekend. We're getting into the 50s to start the week on Monday. Weather check for the morning from Claim Jumper Casino.
That's right. Great food and entertainment comes together at the Claim Jumper Casino, 3021 Brooks, Missoula, next to Southgate Mall.
Cool story. Find it with your KYSS FM mobile app. A new way to power the ponies with a carousel for Missoula.
There you go. Yeah, Carousel for Missoula is kind of changing things up this summer. They're moving to solar power.
They're going to go solar. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
How about 32 360-watt solar panels on the roof of the Carousel building.
All right.
That's what they're installing. I got a big old grant from Northwestern Energy and Big Sky Solar and Wind. They're going to install the panels, and they're kind of offering up a seriously discounted rate, I guess, for doing all the work and stuff.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Going to be a pretty cool thing. That is just half of it. On the other side, this is all from a press release they put out the other day, by the way. But this is part of the press release. It says, outside between the Carousel and Dragon Hollow, a dragon will lurk in his lair, inviting park visitors to deposit trash, recyclables, and compost in appropriately labeled receptacles. And those depositing items will then be rewarded with lights and sounds from the dragon.
Now, when they say
that's kind of cool.
When they say a dragon will lurk in its lair, it's going to be like a statue of a dragon or something, or is it going to be like a guy?
I don't think it's going to be a real dragon
costume.
If you're asking if it will be a real dragon,
right.
I don't think it is.
I was more asking if it's going to be a guy in a dragon costume, but yeah. That makes more sense.
I'm not sure exactly what they plan to do, but it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And, kind of educational, teaching kids to recycle and put garbage away and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
So there you go. That's some big changes coming, and I guess they're going to start doing that here at the end of the month, and the goal is by the time summer really hits, the ponies, they'll be solar powered.
Nice. Just one of a bunch of changes happening over at KYSS Park, which I haven't actually checked in on the progress over there.
I haven't been over there lately either.
But I believe that's supposed to be at least partially done by the summertime, so see what happens.
Yeah, I haven't been over there. They're taking out that big old mound there.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either. All right, details of what's going on with KYSS Park, though. Looks like some pretty cool stuff. We have it with your KYSS FM mobile app or KYSSFM.com as we check a little Nashville news for the morning. Your Music City 60 with KYSS.
She did what to who? He said what? Can that be true? This is the Music City 60 on 94.9 KYSS FM.
Country star Luke Combs let his fans know they can look forward to another one of his albums this summer. On his social media, Luke announced, "This has been a long time coming, but I'm excited to announce my next album will be released on June 24th. The album, Luke's third, will include his latest single, Doing This. The album will also have a digital pre-release. Luke says he'll have more information coming out next week." Country artist Jillian Jacqueline is dropping her first album, also in June. The 11-track album titled Honestly will include her current duet with TJ Osborne, Better with a Broken Heart, as well as a song called The Ocean with Charlie Worsham. Watch for Jillian's album to come out June 10th. And country's achy breaky heart singer Billy Ray Cyrus and his wife Tish are calling it quits after 28 years of marriage. The couple is a blended family with 5 kids, 2 of Tish's from a previous marriage, as well as Miley, Brazen, and Noah. The couple's filed for divorce 2 times before, in 2010 and 2013, so we'll see what shakes out this time. I'm Tamma Fulton. Catch you later.
And now you're in the know with Nashville. Smith and Nelson's Music City 60, 94.9 KYSS FM. This is what's newsy and noteworthy with Smith and Nelson on 94.9 KYSS FM.
Yes, it is. What's newsy and noteworthy for your morning, and there's a new social media app out now. Actually, it's been out for a little while, but it's kind of been blowing up recently. It's called Be Real, and it's all about showing your friends what's really going on in your life. No filters or anything like that. But basically how it works is once a day at a random time, you get an alert telling you to post a picture of what you're doing at that exact moment.
Oh, I like that. It's kind of fun.
And it actually takes 2 pictures simultaneously, one with the front camera and one with the back camera on your phone. And you only have 2 minutes to post it. There's no time to really do anything else. You get the picture, and you take it, and it's done. So some people are saying, oh, it's kind of fun, gets like you in the moment and stuff. Other people are like, all of my pictures are me watching Netflix. at my house.
I like the idea. That is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Random time. What are you doing right now?
Yeah.
I like
Fun
that.
idea.
Mississippi police recently arrested a woman for punching an umpire during a girls' softball game. She was upset with the call, walked on. It's very Oscar-ish. Very upset with the call, walked onto the field and hit the umpire.
Man.
Charged with assault and has been banned from all recreational facilities. The ump is fine. The kicker, in her mugshot, she's wearing a T-shirt that says "Mother of the Year." The irony.
Nice. I mean, who hasn't wanted to hit the umpire at one point or another in a softball game, right?
Wanted, yes. Followed through. No.
That's a different thing, yeah. This happened in Oklahoma. A guy walked into a dealership recently and spotted a new Audi that he liked. Told the salesman they wanted to take it for a drive. Salesman said wasn't ready to be driven, and that's where the guy got a little bit more dramatic about taking it. He first accused the dealership of stealing the car, which they're the ones selling it. And then he swiped the keys, attempted to drive it off the lot. He was blocked by employees, so he went to Plan B, and he claimed that he was a U.S. Marshal and that he's been one ever since President Trump enacted martial law. Missed that. He didn't explain why federal marshals would be entitled to an Audi, but the dealership called the police, and he was arrested, taken to jail.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Story that says Amazon delaying the launch of their 30-minute drone delivery service because one of their drones caused a brush fire last year. Report said that 5 drones crashed at Amazon's Oregon test site, including the drone that caused the fire. Spokesperson for Amazon says, "Hey, no one's ever been injured during the test fights. I mean, we may have started a fire, but I mean, no one's been hurt by these things. They're all right." But I guess they're trying to get this out in service, and a little bit of a delay because of that.
All right, there you go.
I just think it'd be so weird to have just a drone show up, deliver your package, drop it on your door.
Yeah,
doorstep.
That is where we're headed, though.
Fly away.
Yeah, it's crazy. This professor in England has a theory about the Loch Ness Monster that has been kind of going viral on Twitter. I guess this theory has been around for a while, but it's been gaining steam recently. That those images that you see of the Loch Ness Monster, those, hoax images or whatever.
Like up above the water?
Yeah, above the water and stuff.
Yeah.
His theory is that that is not the Loch Ness Monster at all. In fact, it is a whale's wiener. Which, I mean, he posted the picture, like the famous photo of the Loch Ness Monster, and then posted it side by side with pictures of whales' wieners. And they do look surprisingly similar. I guess the way whales mate is that one of them often stays at the surface and kind of flaps it like in the air, like above the water. And that is what the Loch Ness Monster could theoretically be.
What if that's proven to be true? In all these years, the search.
Yep.
And how has no one thought of that if it's true?
It would be one of the most embarrassing
That'd be great.
embarrassing sea creature sightings of all time.
Man, I wonder what Sasquatch is.
Yeah. I don't think we want to know.
Exactly. Tax day coming up on Monday. There's a woman in Arizona. Fitting that it's in Surprise, Arizona, but a woman in Arizona couldn't file her taxes until just recently because the IRS said she was dead. She told the story that she went to a Social Security office in 2019 after her father had died.
Okay.
Then the office mixed up his Social Security number with hers, ended up declaring her dead, and then the IRS refused to correct the mistake, she says, until a state senator finally got involved. They got everything figured out, Social Security number straightened out, corrected the error, and she just got a refund check she was owed for about $1,700.
What? For all her trouble, $1,700?
Officially, she was listed as dead.
Man, and I think the IRS just refused to not list her as dead.
It's crazy.
They were talking to her.
Yeah, right. Exactly. When you're calling to say you're not, that should be the first thing someone listens to. You might have a case here. There you go. Newsy and noteworthy. It's KYSS.
Work's a lot more fun when you win cash. And this spring, we've doubled the cash. You won't have to worry about those annoying bills this month. Win cash up to $10,000. Open our app for full rules and info. Make sure you listen at 20 past every hour. Work days from 8 to 5 for the double dollars code words to enter and win cash. Brought to you by
The Advocates Injury Attorneys. You deserve an advocate.
Yeehaw, get ready.
Smith and Nelson in the morning. And Smith & Nelson on demand with your free KYSS FM mobile app. You can go back and listen anytime, whatever suits you best. Part of our morning brought to us by Taco Time.
That's right. Check out the fish taco at Taco Time, filled with crispy white fish, shredded cheddar, cabbage, and salsa fresco with creamy cilantro lime sauce. Available right now at Taco Time on North Reserve.
All right, this is kind of a cool thing coming up. If you're a fan of The Amazing Race,
yes,
you might kind of be interested.
Yeah, with The Amazing Race, I mean, my dad used to be super into The Amazing Race, like years back when it was like really popular, and so I would watch it here and there and stuff. And I remember thinking, like, man, I would be pretty good at this show. I think, I like solving clues and all that kind of stuff. And then I think, wait, no, I have a terrible sense of direction. I would get lost so easily, especially in a city that I've never been to.
I will say, for as far as reality shows go, that was one of the fun ones to watch.
Yes,
just seeing people, like you said, solve the puzzles or the clues, and they're running across here. Like, I get to the airport on time because they realize they found the next clue is flight tickets that leave in 25 minutes.
Right,
it was great. Actually, there was a couple ladies that were in a country group years ago, and like two of the three of them actually competed on the show.
Oh, really?
So I can't remember what function it was or where it was, but it was like kind of was talking to about their experience being on the show. And I mean, yeah, they got to go out of the country and just do some really cool stuff with it.
Nice. Well, now you can do The Amazing Race in Missoula.
You don't have to go out of the country.
You can just do it right here in town.
It's just a headache.
Yeah, exactly. Why not just do one right here? You don't even need to like spend money to sign up or anything like that. The Mountain Line is celebrating Earth Week with this amazing race style competition. They're calling it Route Race, and basically it kind of takes you through the Mountain Line route. But you get your first clue on Mountain Line's website, 8 a.m. on Monday, April 18th. That'll take you to a local business. That'll be your first check-in location. So there, you scan a QR code in the window, which will check you in. And once you scan that QR code, you get another clue so you can find the next one, and so on and so on. There'll be 5 check-in spots in town in total, which is a pretty cool thing. It's a fun idea.
Very Amazing Race-ish.
Very Amazing Race-ish, for sure. So
the Route Race.
Yes, the Route Race.
I would call it the Route Race.
The Route Race, yes.
The New York side of it is Route Race.
I guess so. I guess either way. I feel like I go back and forth on route or route, but the Route Race.
Because I feel like for me, I would hear someone say the Route Race. I'd think the roots of a plant? What's a root race? Because I would just think of it as a route race.
Yes, that's fair.
But it's interesting how, the different take on
it. Yeah. You say coupon and stuff. But Route Race is happening, and 5 check-in spots in total, and there is a bunch of prizes up for grabs too. So if you do all 5, if you check into all 5 spots by Saturday, April 23rd, you'll be entered to win a ton of prizes that include a $25 downtown Missoula gift card, a Western Montana Fair t-shirt, poster, and a general admission ticket to a fair event of your choice. That includes like the rodeo and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Yeah. 1-year membership with Run Wild Missoula, plus you get a free entry into one of their events too. A Rockin' Rudy's Hydro Flask, a 5-punch pass to the Roxy Theater, and some Mountain Line swag. That's a pretty good prize package right there.
Kind of a toss-up of just different goodies, too.
Yes, yeah, and all local things, which even better. So,
I like it.
Yeah, I love that. So, yeah, again, this is happening April 18th through the 23rd. You don't have to race against anybody to do the check-in spots, but you got to get to all 5 check-in spots by midnight.
The deadline.
Yeah, by midnight, April 23rd, and then you'll be entered for the grand prize, and then however many people actually get it, it'll be kind of randomly selected from there.
I like it. That's fun.
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
They should just pick all different reality shows and do
We should do Survivor in Missoula and see what happens. Just like 40 people stuck in KYSS Park. Physical challenges and stuff, and then
you're out.
Yeah.
I like it. That would be fun.
Yeah.
All right. You can check out more details. You want to participate and have a little fun with this. Mountain Line and their amazing race, which they're calling the Route slash
Route Race. Yes.
Whatever form you prefer.
Yes.
We got the details with your KYSS FM mobile app.
It's Odds and Ends with Smith and Nelson on 94.9 KYSS FM.
Yes, it is some odds and ends for your morning, and rich people, they'll just spend money on pretty much anything.
Sure.
There's a woman in New York who calls herself a professional baby namer, and she charges up to $10,000 to name your baby. She doesn't have any kids herself. She just describes herself as a passionate writer and storyteller who is adept at branding, marketing, and social media. She's been doing this since 2015, has a range of fees. If you just want to call and ask for a name, that can only cost you around $1,500. But if you want her to kind of look through your genealogy and the family and stuff, that's closer to the $10,000 price.
Wow. I feel like she just opens up some website that's like the random name generator.
Yep, pretty much.
$10,000 for someone to pick your name. And then what if you do it and then you go, oh, no.
I don't want that name.
That name's terrible. Poof, 10 grand? Come
Yeah.
on. You might already know this, but I thought it was pretty interesting. You being the movie man that you are, the director of the new Top Gun movie, doing an interview saying they shot 800 hours of footage for the film.
Man.
As much footage as the 3 Lord of the Rings movies combined, it says. Part of his quote in the story says, out of a 12 or 14-hour day, you might get 30 seconds of good footage.
Yeah.
Says it was just so hard to earn. Took a long time to get all the months and months of aerial shooting, but
Sure.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it's entirely shot in IMAX cameras, which are notoriously very difficult to shoot an entire movie with. And then, just so much like actual aerial footage that they did. I mean, it's actually Tom Cruise flying that plane, you know?
That's just incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts.
Opens up next month, by the way.
Yes, it does. Speaking of movies, Ted, that was a big movie back in 2012.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane and Mark Wahlberg. Now Seth MacFarlane is doing a Ted prequel series and he's bringing it to Peacock. Seth MacFarlane will return to voice Ted. He'll also be writer, director, and co-showrunner. There'll be 10 episodes. It'll take place in 1993, so it'll be about a young version of Mark Wahlberg's character, like right after he kind of meets Ted.
Great.
Yeah.
Love that. Looking forward to that. Interesting story. It says a family in Minnesota set a new world record for being the world's tallest family. I don't know exactly how you measure that. Take the averages or whatever, but about dad, 6'8", mom, 6'3". You got 2 daughters, 6'8" and 6'6".
Man.
And their son is 7'3". Says all the kids play basketball and volleyball.
That makes sense.
I'm sure the opposing teams are just excited about that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
7'3".
That's wild.
As the kid in the family. That's amazing.
Everybody else is the runt. He's 7'3". Dodgers pitcher Clayton Kershaw was close to pitching a perfect game against the Twins yesterday when he was pulled after 7 innings and only 80 pitches. He didn't seem to be bothered by it, saying, those are selfish goals, we're trying to win, and all that kind of stuff. And the manager, Dave Roberts, defended his decision. But according to Stats Perform, since 1901, only 2 pitchers have ever been pulled from a game after throwing at least 7 perfect innings. One of which happened yesterday with Clayton Kershaw. The other one was Rich Hill in 2016. The manager, both times, the same guy, Dave Roberts.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's happened 20-something times in the history of baseball.
A perfect game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, you kind of got to go for it. Especially, he was in such a good situation. So few pitches thrown.
Right, yeah.
Man.
Seemed like he could have done it.
Even if he's not too bummed about it, as a baseball fan, you want to see if it could have possibly been.
Exactly.
All right, couple things on this date in history. 1865. This is the day that President Abraham Lincoln was shot.
Oh, wow.
By John Wilkes Booth, then would pass away the next day. This date, 1912, the Titanic started to sink after it hit an iceberg.
Man.
So far, we've got cheery events that happened this day in history.
So far, Lincoln assassinated and the Titanic sank.
How about 1956? The first VCR was invented.
Okay.
Kind of lift the mood a little bit before we drop it back down.
Right.
This date in 2016. Fox Theater in Atlanta. Prince played his last concert.
Oh, man.
He'd go on and pass away a week later. Last song he ever did?
Purple Rain?
Purple Rain.
Okay.
Closing the show out.
Makes
Purple
sense.
Rain. There you go. All right, some odds and ends for the morning. It's KYSS.
This part of Smith and Nelson in the Morning brought to you by Hunter Bay Coffee, Montana's premium gourmet coffee roaster.
Flanagan,
Montana's country leader, 94.9 KYSS FM. Smith and Nelson in the morning. You can listen along with your KYSS FM mobile app. Also, you missed something, you can go back and listen anytime. You got Smith and Nelson on demand from the app. And that's where you're going to find a bunch of stories. Usually anything that's a local story.
Yep.
That's where we're getting it from, is our mobile app.
Exactly.
This one is kind of cool. This was a story, how long ago was this? A couple months.
Man, this is probably a couple months back. I think we heard about this, that Gunslinger Gulch.
Great name.
Yes, absolutely. Was going to be featured on this Travel Channel TV show called Ghost Town Terror, which the entire show is just about Gunslinger Gulch, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's not like they're an episode inside of a bigger series.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a mini series just about Gunslinger Gulch and kind of its history as one of Montana's kind of most prominent ghost towns.
Travel Channel says this about the show. When a Seattle family moves to a ghost town in Montana, they quickly realize they are not alone.
Ooh, spooky.
Fearful that paranormal activity will derail plans to operate a guest ranch, they call in Tim Wood and Sapphire Sandalo to uncover the source of the haunting.
Sapphire Sandalo is a great name, by the way. That's really good.
That is actually a very good name. I haven't seen the show. I haven't seen the episodes or anything, but we have somebody here in our building that's like big paranormal, into like goes and does like ghost hunts.
Yeah, very much into this kind of stuff.
Overnight stays in creepy places.
Right.
So they wrote this story about this, and apparently now they're opening up where people can go and stay the night here in Gunslinger Gulch.
Really?
And kind of do the same thing. Try to see if you can discover anything going bump in the night.
That's pretty cool, yeah. So, yeah, it's a cool opportunity doing overnight paranormal investigations at Gunslinger Gulch. It's going to be happening May 27th, and they're out near Anaconda. And you do have to pay for it. It's the price, $130 a person. Tickets are pretty limited, but you get a dinner along with it. Pizza party, 7 p.m. you can't hunt ghosts on an empty stomach.
No.
You need to have some kind of fuel going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would eat light if it was me.
You think so?
Well, I'd probably be running from something. So like, I hear a little creak or out of here. You can't be running on a full stomach.
That's fair.
Getting a side ache.
That's fair. You know, Shaggy and Scooby do it all the time. I don't see why you can't do it.
That's true.
So you get dinner ahead of time, and then you get equipment training from professional paranormal investigators, and then you get to join in on the investigations until 2 a.m., and then the details kind of peter out from there. You don't really know what goes into those investigations.
It's a to be continued story.
I guess that's true,
depending on what you happen to find.
Yes.
In the course of the night. All right, there you go. If you're into that, it's a cool opportunity.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, if you've been watching the show on Travel Channel and seeing Gunslinger Gulch and all that kind of stuff and seeing kind of the spooky stuff that happens there, you may want to check this out. You may want to steer clear.
I'm more in that boat.
Yeah.
Nope. Whatever happens in the middle of the night in a ghost town, I don't think I need to be involved.
That's probably fair.
All right. You can get details. We got the links where you can find out what you need to know and get tickets to go have a little bit of fun. And, man, might have some good stories to tell.
Yeah.
Come out of that the next morning. All right. Check your KYSS FM mobile app. We got more of the story.
When it's country in Polson, it's Montana's country leader, 94.9 KYSS FM.
9 KYSS FM, Smith and Nelson for your morning. We've got Nashville news coming up with your Music City 60. Just thought this was kind of a fun story, though. This is one that, being radio nerds, is one we see and we go, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is what we imagine will happen to us one day.
Just think you're going to be in line at Starbucks, saying your order, and someone's going to go, wow, what great pipes you have. This is from The Price is Right.
Yeah.
There's a contestant on The Price is Right, and in the course of playing the game, Drew Carey just became impressed with the guy and loved his voice.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they start having a little fun. Drew Carey makes him announcer for the day on the show, I guess.
Wow.
And the guy says that he was shocked. He says he's been receiving calls and messages ever since he appeared on the show.
That's great.
I would imagine just, people wanting to kind of talk to him and see if he's interested in maybe doing some work or
doing
something.
Some job offers.
But check this out. It's a mashup clip. So it kind of starts with the guy, and then you hear Drew Carey kind of saying, "Love your voice," telling the regular announcer, "Watch out, he might take your job." And then they get him basically
actually in the booth
doing the job, and he's like, "Oh, announce the next thing or whatever." So, but check this out. This is, talk about just one of those things where you don't expect anything like that to happen.
Right.
You could even make that up. You're just going on the show to, try to win something.
Yeah, have some fun.
And then the next thing you know, something like this happens. But this is pretty cool. Check it out from The Price is Right.
Do I have all 5 numbers right?
I love your voice, by the way. George, you better watch out. It's a new car, real quick, just like an announcer.
It's a new Kia Forte LXS.
Robert Devon, who's our next contestant on The Price is Right?
Julie Space, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
How great is that?
That's great. It's awesome. Love that.
Especially the part at the end when it's just when they they get him in kind of in the role and he's doing it.
Julie Space, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
If we didn't do the setup of it all, you just heard that, you'd go like, oh, that's great. That's a great announcer.
Yeah.
Does a good job. How cool would that be? Getting to appear on the show, compete, and then Drew Carey's like, man, gosh, You're great.
Yeah, stick around.
Let's get you doing
Do
this.
Yeah.
I hope it turns into some work or something for him.
That'd be great.
That'd be great success story.
Love that.
All right, just thought that was kind of fun. We saw that in passing. Let's do some Nashville news for the morning. Your Music City 60 is on right here, 94.9 KISS FM.
She did what to who? He said what? Can that be true? This is the Music City 60 on 94.9 KISS FM.
Country star Luke Combs let his fans know they can look forward to another one of his albums this summer. On his social media, Luke announced, "This has been a long time coming, but I'm excited to announce my next album will be released on June 24th. The album, Luke's third, will include his latest single, Doing This. The album will also have a digital pre-release. Luke says he'll have more information coming out next week." Country artist Jillian Jacqueline is dropping her first album, also in June. The 11-track album titled Honestly will include her current duet with TJ Osborne, Better with a Broken Heart, as well as a song called The Ocean with Charlie Worsham. Watch for Jillian's album to come out June 10th. And country's achy breaky heart singer Billy Ray Cyrus and his wife Tish are calling it quits after 28 years of marriage. The couple is a blended family with 5 kids, 2 of Tish's from a previous marriage, as well as Miley, Brazen, and Noah. The couples filed for divorce 2 times before in 2010 and 2013, so we'll see what shakes out this time. I'm Tamma Fulton. Catch you later.
And now you're in the know with Nashville. Smith and Nelson's Music City 60, 94.9 KISS FM. You know, newsworthy nugget of the day with Smith and Nelson on 94.9 KISS FM.
Brought to you by Farside Sign, Missoula's leading full-service sign and custom vehicle graphic shop. Farside Sign needs 2200 block of South Avenue West.
Stats and such, things that don't come up in maybe normal daily conversation. That's what we like to find for the morning nugget.
Exactly, and we're going back to 1969 here, talk about the moon landing for a little bit. Did you know the average age of people in NASA's Mission Control Room during the Apollo 11 moon landing was 28 years old?
Just
28.
A random stat.
It stuck out to me because I'm 28 years old. And I was looking at this and being like, the average age of people who were making the rocket go and like make sure everything's safe during the moon landing was 28. If I was one of the astronauts and I found out that like everybody in the mission control room was my age and it like was a guy like me, I would be pretty upset about that.
That's
I wouldn't
funny.
want that. I would want somebody more qualified.
That's funny.
But yeah, there you go. 28 years old, the average age of people in NASA's Mission Control Room during the moon landing. Need to or not, now you know.